Why don't you have an accent yet?
Do I not have an accent yet? Like, I've been in marketing for what, 18 years?
Yeah.
I did fashion for us as a blog in 2010. Right? When I go into my job, this for me is my experimental craft.
Yeah, you're literally going into my whole Janam Kundi. You are the marketing person. Tell me, I'm here.
I think in content creation, there are ways you are creating a portfolio.
Yeah.
So use that portfolio to serve brand.
मुझे नहीं पता my body type.
I think it's about wearing the belt at the right place.
Oh,
One safe place.
But do you judge people? तो मैं तो जजती हूँ. Hello people of internet, welcome to another episode of Badmash Baate. Today we have Archana with us all the way from UK. Hi, how are you? How has India, Delhi been treating? क्या चल रहा है आपका?
It's always fun, right? Like visiting family. What else can I think of, right? I always like plan 6 months, 7 months when am I coming back? And yeah, it's been fun again. I'm meeting my family, meeting friends, meeting you.
Talking. Yeah, we are meeting for the first time. I recently started following you and your content is like, I feel it's very well curated and I was like, we need to have conversation and करना पड़ेगा ये तो. But one thing, the पहला thought मेरा when I saw you and when we met, it was कि why don't you have an accent yet?
Do I not have an accent yet? Wow, how do you want me to have an accent?
I mean, I have seen people 1 साल के लिए जाते हैं and then they have an accent already and I'm like, मैं आपसे बात कॉल पे कि मैंने कहा 1 सेकंड ये तो accent भी नहीं है. This sounds nice.
Yeah, no, I think the reason is it comes and goes is what I've been told.
Yeah.
And I have always had this, which is, if I go to Bengal to meet my family, I'll start talking in that, non-English female gender aati hai, jati hai. And that happens with me. So, if I'm talking to somebody from America, I might have a little bit of American slang, but because I'm here, there is...
Yeah, वो अच्छा बात करते करते naturally हो जाता है.
Yes. So naturally it will come and it will go. I won't even figure out. It is happening.
Got it. Because I had I'll be very honest. I had that perception when I followed you. I figured कि यार थोड़ा तो accent होगा. ऐसे नहीं हो सकता. But then when we spoke on the phone when I was coming, तो तब मैंने कहा अरे ये तो
I naturalize very quickly.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I love that. But anyway, getting on with the conversation and what we are here for.
Sure.
How has content creation been for you and how did you start? कैसा scene क्या रहा?
Wow. I mean, honestly, I've been in marketing for what, 18 years?
Yeah.
And I started doing blogs. I think I started Fashion for Us as a blog in 2010.
No.
Even before that, I was writing on allthatclicks.com, which was a digital marketing blog since maybe 2008. So I've been a blogger because I'm a digital marketer and I understand the value of content overall.
So when did you start blogs?
2008.
2008.
When people used to have blogger.com and they used to write content on WordPress. I mean, WordPress was a long time later, right? Yeah, it was Blogspot and blogger.com.
Yeah.
Those free pages were used to create blogs and then WordPress happened. And yeah, I think things have moved on. I think... I started doing Facebook initially, and then Instagram I fought a little later. I think I only started doing Instagram after I had my son actually, which I'm like, oh my god, 2014 maybe. So I started Instagram in 2000 and then I think I love visual content more than writing, and so I've been experimenting there, and I want to bring back blend everything, bring back and just get back to the joy of writing as well.
That's really nice. I mean, when so first of all, when I saw your content for the first time, I did not know that you are a mother, first of all. But I don't know, some people just take it as an offense, but I mean, I don't think it is. But फिर मुझे Arushi, the person through who we connected, she told me that this is all she's been doing. मैंने कहा, oh, I really need to know how does she manage all of this, content bhi aap kar rahe ho, then you have a marketing thing going on, then you are also you have a house to manage, you have a kid, you have your family. So how do you do all of this?
I think it takes a lot of planning, and I can tell you I would love to be a perfectionist, but eventually you have to let go of that perfectionism. Things just have to happen.
Yeah.
And if you think I want to get to the perfection, that probably is where it happens. Also, I ask for help. I ask for help from my husband. I ask for help from my mom, mother-in-law. Whoever can give me help, I'll ask.
So your family is there in UK?
No. Actually, my mom and my in-laws are here. Yeah. They come and visit us as and when they can. My husband and I are there. He helps me a lot. He is a designer, actually, so that helps. Obviously, from aesthetics point of view as well.
Oh, we get it. Get it. But yeah, so I was going through your content, and you have tried tried turning angry. You have done fashion also. You have done travel also, and I have seen this one series. It's, I think, Tune In with Archana. What is that about?
Sure. So yes, you're right. I started as the Instagram handle used to be called Fashion for Royals.
Okay.
About a month back, until about a month back. It was initially a thought that I might end up opening maybe a fashion brand or something other. But eventually, I thought I loved just sharing my lifestyle, right? You know, my life, my travel, my experiences. And I thought the fashion word maybe doesn't make sense anymore. Yeah, I changed it. And Tune In with Archana is part of that only. It's like, I want to just talk a little more about,
It's like a mini podcast.
mini podcast, only like a mic style. And they're not talking about it, getting people, so people know all this, right? Like you said, you didn't figure out I had a son or I had a job.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get that to my, followers, to other audiences as well.
Oh, that's nice. So that's like you have tried and getting into different things, and आपने सब कुछ करा है, I think, according to the trend and what's happening, and you have ventured into things as per the trend या फिर क्या relevant है अभी चल रहा है. So is it your marketing experience that helps you do that?
I think because I'm in marketing, I get to know what is in trend, 100%.
Yeah. So do you like also you have that thing कि वो क्या बोलते हैं? I forgot the word, when you figure out a trend कि ये चलने वाला है आगे. It's like a trend forecast sort of thing.
Yeah, we can do that. And I try to and the reason why like this side passion project is happening is because I want to learn, right? When I go into my job, this for me is my experimental ground.
Yeah.
I can experiment and I can actually take the data and say, look, this works, this doesn't work. And I think that gives me more confidence. So yeah.
So it does help you.
In that help.
Anything you would like to give some tips?
Tips on what?
Ki, marketing for your own personal brand. Let's put it that way.
Marketing for your own personal brand. If it's a personal brand, I think one thing more important is to understand like what do you stand for.
Yeah.
And that needs to come across
Yeah.
to the audience 100%. Make sure it's quite consistent with how you want to be portrayed at the end. And just make sure the story is consistent across all the channels, right? It's not happening for me either right now.
Right.
Because as I said, I've rebranded. So I need to make sure all my websites are now reflecting that. It'll take time. I just started traveling immediately. But that's the thing. So, I know everybody says you have to eat your own medicine. And I eat my own medicine as well.
Right. So, okay. And any tips for me, my podcast?
Oh my God, you are rocking it.
You don't need tips from me. Well, I think, guys, with that, we can end this conversation.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I really want to know. So I keep asking people. I recently started this thing where I'm getting my viewers on a Zoom meet and asking, why do you watch my podcast? And जो बहुत regular 5 to 7 episodes देखे हुए हैं. I put a story recently कि किस किसने देखा, just DM me and let's get on a call.
Yeah.
So I want to know my subscribers much more and अच्छे से, ताकि I can do that whatever is fitting, या कितने लोगों में क्या क्या चीज़ें common, sort of a survey but on a Zoom. So this is something I am trying to do and figure my audience. But I keep asking around कि क्या करना चाहिए मुझे और, because I love doing this. So मेरे को ये और करना है, अच्छे से करना है and get it there.
I think one thing for sure is, like we say in marketing, you're all on the track already, which is customer feedback, customer experience, right? So most important, if I add my that side of knowledge is data and customer experience, is just look at which videos of yours are trending. Maybe create a series on that, because that clearly tells you where your audience is interested. So of all the 50, 60 podcasts that you've done, there must be like 5 that are winners.
Yeah.
And you'd say, okay, I keep getting repeat views on this because it's a hot.
So should I get same guest again?
No, but you can expand on that topic.
Yeah.
If it's about, education, then maybe education as a series. I don't know.
Yeah, got it. No, sometimes it's the guest, I feel.
Yeah. Okay. Because now I'm under pressure.
No. No, it's not that. I just feel ki, because podcast has a much more shelf life.
Yeah.
So there are people who probably if they are seeing me तो उन्होंने मेरे को शायद से 1-2 साल बाद और अच्छे से like they have seen my content तो और जाके they will see कि क्या क्या इसने कहाँ पे क्या क्या बोल रखा है, so they will just go back and
Yeah.
so because this has happened with lot of podcasts, like जब initially they did not really get views 300-500 views and then suddenly I see okay 10,000 ही कहाँ से आ गए.
Yeah.
So this I've seen, that's how I figured कि podcast as a genre has a much more shelf life. So that's why I want to do this. Yeah. Yes. But do you plan to expand on the Tune In with Archana, like a long format?
I would love to, but honestly, right now I'm just focusing. I've got this mantra,
Yeah.
and I've said it to few of my team and my team members. Less is more.
Less is more.
I'm trying to just nail down few things.
Yeah.
And I want to be good on those fast.
Yeah.
Before I venture into new channels, I think podcast is a great one.
Yeah.
And I can see long form, people want to talk. I love listening to podcasts. I listen when I'm like jogging
Yeah.
or on my treadmill. So they work really well. But I think, as you said, I'm juggling so many things.
Yeah.
How much can I juggle? I think
Yeah.
if I add another ball in the air, I will probably drop one thing for sure after that.
Got it.
So I'm at my capacity.
Okay. That's a nice way to put it. Yeah, so हाँ बीच में guys कट इसलिए हो गया था क्योंकि हमारा Starbucks order आ गया and we were just discussing how we like our coffee and I think we both have the similar taste, so but मेरे को ना honestly I get very confused with cappuccino, latte, espresso. मुझे बस espresso ही पता है सबसे बेकार होता है. That's all I know.
Oh, no, don't say that. I've had Italian friends
Yeah.
and they love their espressos.
Yeah.
You know what? If you go to Italy, and it's the point is like I've been with on events with them and
Yeah.
and I might actually share this podcast with them after this.
Okay.
But point is like if you after 12 o'clock order a cappuccino in Italy, they will take offense.
What?
They just don't like it. Like I can't drink espresso. I only drink cappuccino. So yes, I've done it.
Yeah.
I've offended people.
Yeah.
But the point is like they just drink espresso after 12. Like that's it.
Why?
Yeah, they don't serve in some of the traditional Italian cafes.
It's like their thing.
It is how I think by health or like however they just drink.
Just what is the difference? Like, wow.
Espresso is a shot.
Yeah.
Cappuccino is frothy milk. Right. Latte is like full glass milk. And then there is macchiato.
Yeah.
There is couple more variations. And yes, I think I took, and there is affogato, which is another one.
I recently tried बहुत trend में था, so I tried that Vietnamese coffee. Okay था, कुछ ऐसा crazy नहीं लगा. Because I am a coffee person, but I think मैं बनाऊँ तो ही ठीक है.
And have you tried that? वो जो एक आती है अभी luwak coffee, which is
क्या होता है उसमें? With
the coffee beans is ingested by an animal, then it gets thrown out.
Oh no, I have heard of this.
They wash it, clean it, and create a coffee. They say because it has been digested, the sting of the coffee goes out. I don't know. I did end up trying it in Bali, and my husband still laughs at me for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
So how was that?
But okay. Mild coffee.
Got it.
Yeah. But if you think about it, you're eating or drinking.
Technically, I love coffee, but I love tea also. So I don't. I said, I'm a coffee person. I don't take tea. No,
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, I mean I can take herbal tea. Yeah, like I like my herb chamomile and stuff.
Yeah.
But no tea. Like no, I'm not the bow who can make teas.
Acha, oh, that way. No, so for me, it's like if I'm going out, middle of the day, I would prefer a coffee. But start of the day, I would prefer a chai.
No, I only drink coffee. Don't drink tea. Like Indian tea, I don't drink that. And I've always said to my family, do not talk to me in the morning unless I've had a coffee. And you are. That's not fine. Like that's not going to be a good conversation.
Right. So we have the.
Oh yeah, you've now given me coffee, so I'll probably be much more chirpier on your podcast.
Let's go. So yeah, let's go. So yeah, but apart from this, so when did you move to UK?
Oh, it's been a while now. 2010 is when I moved.
Oh my God, अब तो आ जाना चाहिए.
Acha, okay. And next time, if you invite me again to your podcast, thank you so much. I will probably. Oh, I love this. Actually, thank you. If you invite me to your podcast, I'll try and practice my accent and. Okay, I promise.
Then अरे मेरे को था कि यार कुछ तो होगा. मतलब I had that perception. फिर मैंने makeup नहीं, I was disappointed नहीं हुई.
नया लग रहा है.
But I was like surprised, I would say. Yeah. So because I knew that you've been in UK for a while. So yeah. Do you want help?
Just, yes, I would like to give this.
Yeah.
Yes. My life, bless you, fit, and have a good day as well.
That's cute. But yeah, so you it's been a while you moved to UK, but how did UK happen and why UK would be about why UK? Yeah, why not Australia, US?
Yeah, you're literally going into my whole Janam Kundi, but let's do that, not a problem.
Yeah,
So my husband decided to study.
yeah.
He's an automotive designer.
Okay, थोड़ा और पीछे जाते हैं. How did you meet your husband and why?
Okay, so we met in college.
Okay.
We had a love marriage.
Okay.
We were already married for 5 years. Then we decided to move. So we were already working, settled here. He said he wanted to do more studies, but he's a car designer. So he designs cars. And there are only 6, maybe at that point at least, there were only 6 colleges. And
Yeah, my brother is a car designer, so I know.
so yeah. And we had bunch of the other ones. And then we decided UK because it was closer to home. Shorter length in degree, so 1 year versus US being 2 years, I think for master was one. And then also like I could work because the UK, and I've always this is how I sold it to my friends as well. In UK, spouse visa lets you work. US, if you go on a spouse visa, you can't work. And I've had a lot of my friends struggle after marriages on spouse visa in US. I'd already seen that, and I was like, no, I can't be a dependent. I can't leave my career. So if you are going to go to UK, you need to. If you're going to a country, I need to go to a country where I can work. Language is also not a challenge. So language rules out Japan, Germany.
हाँ वो तो तभी मैंने ऑस्ट्रेलिया और यूएस पूछा था.
Yeah. So language ruled out couple of countries, and then UK seemed like easy because there's a good Indian community there as well. So
But Indian community तो कर
no. I've had my friends who live in US in such places that it takes them like a 4-hour drive to get an Indian grocery shop.
Oh,
So no, that's not the case.
okay. So where you live in UK, उसके आसपास ऐसा है, like it's a good.
Oh yeah. I get everything. I don't need to take my groceries from here or masalas, which lot of people might.
Yeah,
Nothing like that.
And a lot of people are boarding it and then.
Nothing. I get everything.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, maybe few veggies which are grown here, seasonal, but nothing else. Like literally.
Well, I have a very close to me question. That is, how is PaniPuri there?
Amazing. And my son loves it. He like literally, if he's done something good, he'll probably say, Dad, can I have a bhel puri or a pani puri?
Let's go. Let's go. I'm so happy that being in UK, the kid has his roots.
He's proper desi.
I love that. Because I have cousins like they are also born and brought up in Australia.
Yeah.
So I have no clue if they like Indian food, but they have an accent and they are all full Australian बन चुके हैं वो. So I'm like कि I think we cannot have a conversation without a pani puri. I will feel one first. So yeah, that's that. So that's why I have this perception because of my family, whosoever I have around the world. तो इसलिए मेरे को था कि accent तो आ गया होगा.
And she is really gutted about my accent and I can't do anything about it.
या आप irritate हो गए क्या?
नहीं अभी तक तो नहीं हुई, अभी देखते हैं.
नहीं आप कॉफी पी लो फिर आप irritate.
Okay.
But yeah, so you could have it.
No, and you remember I'll drink it a little cold. So she likes it थोड़ा रुक के. That's fine, no way.
But otherwise, what is like your favorite food in general? या फिर इंडिया आगे आप क्या खाते ही हो कि यार ये चीज़ ना जो इंडिया में मिलता है वो वहाँ मुझे नहीं मिलेगा.
नहीं मिल तो सब जाता है but मॉम के हाथ का नहीं.
अच्छा मॉम के है ना.
Yes. So राजमा चावल. Right. I think we had the same conversation in my office last week. What is your like desert island food? And I said maybe like I said something around like yogurt or something because I was like going in basics.
Yeah.
Then they said no, you need to think about something which you can eat every day. Yeah, it's like rajma chawal. Maybe kadhi chawal even, but rajma chawal.
I honestly feel rajma chawal थोड़ा मुझे overrated लगता है कभी.
Really?
हाँ, I don't know. I
Look, chole chawal I eat a lot, so I don't like.
I like kadhi chawal more.
Kadhi chawal,
yeah, सबका अपना अपना preference.
So I think curry something like that works.
But so you feel कि सिर्फ it's just the ऐसा घर का खाना type situation.
Yeah.
Otherwise ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि there is one place you definitely go and have that thing that के India आके.
मिल तो सब कुछ जाता है. Like you can get everything there. But for example, my roots are also from Rajasthan. And my mom's from Rajasthan. I've lived a little bit in Rajasthan.
प्याज की कचौरी.
Not Kyatki Kachori, that's too heavy. But I love Rajasthani food.
Okay.
And there may be limited restaurants for like those regional foods there. Like, if you want to try like specific Kerala cuisine, or if you want to go for like a Rajasthani cuisine or like a Bengali cuisine, which are like very, and in India we have a lot.
Yeah.
Like Punjabi food, all that stuff, like, your regular restaurant food, you'll get everything. You'll get chaats a lot there.
Oh,
You can, like,
that fit तो सही है. Like I don't think you're missing out on anything.
no, nothing. I don't feel like I need to come here and eat a chaat. That is never going to like be the thing.
I mean, that would be a very too expensive chart. तो anyway, but yeah, ये मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है खाने के बारे में और ऐसे इसके बारे में बात करने में. तो हाँ, तभी I
think where I am, I'm pretty blessed on it because I really live in a location where like London is quite metropolitan. You can get everything. I go to so many Indian restaurants and I have like formed friends who have restaurants. And like, it doesn't hurt either.
Okay, that's interesting. But अच्छा हाँ, so being in London, do you think कि ऐसा scene रहता है, like being there, you are connected with the Indian creator space because you are creating content for both the places technically.
Yes, I have followers from both UK and India.
Yeah.
But primarily British Indian followers or people who are like Indian but living in UK. Yes.
So how do you like figure that कि कैसे दोनों audience को cater करना चाहिए?
It becomes a challenge. Like sometimes I feel like, do I create like a schedule for like Indian and UK? We've been debating that. I am connected to, you were asking a question when I interrupted you. So yes, I am connected to the Indian creator space there as well, quite intrinsically, probably more there than here. And it's a very it's a small knit community. You get to know everything about, and you make a lot of friends as well. I think for me, I think that's one of the other added benefits. Is through this channel, I've been able to form friendships. I've been able to form, connections with people, because obviously when I moved from here, I didn't have like friends or family there.
Yeah.
So initially it was there to keep me busy.
So are there any sorry, I maybe you were saying that's all. Okay. I was saying ki, so are there any Indian creators or Indian origin creators in UK and who are friends with you? तो ऐसा I mean, you guys meet जैसे यहाँ पे होता रहता है ऐसा. People have summits, छोटे कुछ ना कुछ तो events हो रहे हैं. So people catch up and वहाँ पे interaction और रहती है. So there is certain level of क्या कहते हैं उसको, जब IRL किसी से मिलते हो, इन रियल लाइफ मिलते हो, तो वो थोड़ा सा कनेक्शन और बिल्ड हो जाता है. बट बिकॉज ऑनलाइन आई नो सम पीपल फ्रॉम लेट्स से हैदराबाद ऑल्सो, आई नो सम क्रिएटर्स इन मुंबई ऑल्सो, बट बिकॉज वी हैवंट मेट आई प्रॉब्ली डू नॉट हैव दैट वेल कनेक्शन विद देम. आई वुड से बिकॉज हम मिले नहीं है DM में, स्टोरी रिप्लाईज में जो बात हुई है. हाँ, सो that way I was thinking कि because on a regular basis I'm sure you won't be able to meet people from India, like जो India में है, but that's why I wanted to know कि वहाँ पे कोई ऐसा community है creators का.
Yeah, so community है, events भी होते हैं, we get like we have the excuse to come. I think before COVID I used to go a lot more. Post COVID, let's say, I've just reduced the events. So I still try and meet the friends I formed, and then keeping those friendships. And I'm forming new friendships as I go to events. I think I've just like started doing a bit more of events. But last 1 year, I was trying to not. That was just being more focused on, personal life, priorities as well. Because travel does take a lot of time.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. We have a lot of friends. I mean, and, we tap on each other when we need some help.
So what are the conversations like with creators? जब क्रिएटर्स वाला वो रूम होता है, क्या कॉन्वर्सेशन होती है? रीच नहीं आ रही, एल्गोरिदम हमारी तो यही होती है. व्हेन वी लाइक आई मीट माय क्रिएटर फ्रेंड्स, हम बोलते हैं यार इंस्टाग्राम मेरे को शैडो बैन कर रहे हैं.
Yeah, I think most of there are few creators who are dedicated creators.
Yeah.
A lot of the creators that I have are not dedicated creators. They all have another profession, and then they're doing like content creation on the side. So the shadow ban is not like a big like priority.
Right.
So we do
shadow ban. Like in general, I was thinking question जैसे होता होगा कि या तो you are brainstorming on ideas together, or you are talking about content. Let's say जैसे हम तो
जनरल लाइफ के बारे में बात
लाइफ की wow ये sorted है यार.
हमारी कंटेंट क्रिएशन से आगे, because we are all like the creators I know,
Yeah.
they've been in creation space for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
So we are like, yeah, this is not life. Let's just like keep it going and then enjoy life, because you know, it can't take over. Like I have a friend of mine, she's in bank, works in a bank there, and then she does content creation on the side. There's another one who is from Delhi as well, and she has her own coaching service, and then she does creation for that. So yeah, so everybody is growing, and they are just there is one channel.
सबका थोड़ा सा है. Like they are also doing other stuff. Yeah. Got it. And again, मतलब मेरे दिमाग में कुछ आता है फिर वो slip हो जाता है. हाँ, so I was saying कि okay, so ये तो होगा कि creative space there, and but currently this is a thing which I have also seen कि अभी creators who are coming in, जैसे अभी एक नया wave sort of आ गया है because of the reels.
Okay.
Have you figured that?
I mean, reels तो बहुत पुराने हो गए.
Reels पुराने हो गए हैं, but because of that अभी पिछले 1-2 साल में, like I would say post pandemic.
अच्छा, okay. और 1-2 साल में, मेरे को अभी से मतलब अगले 2 महीने में मैंने कहा क्या नया आया.
नहीं like post pandemic कि एक वो wave आया because of the people posting reels and थोड़ा shorts का भी I could say. I'm not sure about shorts, but reels से एक बहुत ही अलग sort of creators का set आ गया, which is mostly Gen Z dominated, I feel. What do you feel about that?
I think video as a content form is going to last, right? Because it gives you a lot more engagement. Everybody watches it.
Yeah.
You get to learn, and I think bite-sized videos, because people are in rush everywhere, India, UK, wherever you are. So to be able to, like, instead of reading a whole form of blog, if I can learn 5 quick tips about something in like a video of 15 seconds, why not?
Got it.
So that is going to remain there, whether it is now Gen Z, whether it is, you know, me or somebody else, that doesn't matter. I think everybody needs to evolve. Right? Where I work, in fact, we are evolving into videos, right? Like B2B business brands are also doing it, because they know that is the only way to get the information across now.
Got it.
So, वो इंस्टा ने रील्स बना दी है.
करना पड़ेगा. बनाया नहीं.
Like, I know you guys talk about content and shadow ban and reach.
Yeah.
I feel my photos are doing better.
Yeah.
Photos, yes, I said that, and carousels.
Oh.
So that point that Adam Masuri said,
Yeah.
I think it's relevant. Photos are coming back too. There is space for that creative.
Photos will be back.
I will not share my stats, but they are doing better. And they are doing equally good, let's say. Like that.
I think it's about कि आपका वो कैसा है, the community, what they are preferring, what they want from you as a creator. So yeah, so अब हमने इतना से content और ये सब के बारे में बात की है, but as creators जब when we meet, हमारी सबसे ऐसी थोड़ी सी हम bitching भी करते हैं, I'll be honest. We talk about इसको ये partnership कैसे मिल गई.
अच्छा.
We do talk about it. ये तो भाई मेरे से ज़्यादा वाइब करेगा ब्रांड क्यों नहीं आ रहा है. So we do have that conversation as well. मेरे को काफ़ी अभी DMs आ सकते हैं उसके बाद कि क्या बात हो रही है, gossip तो सब थी, but I won't. Come to the podcast for the gossip. You watch the podcast for the gossip. So हाँ, but you tell me how the paid promotion thing works for you. कि क्या लगता है, what do you think about that? There is a thing going on कि भाई इतना paid promotion हर दूसरा post, but I feel कि in my opinion it is okay. What do you think? कि क्योंकि हर दूसरा post is fine because that's how we are earning as creators. But what do you feel, because ये चीज़ बहुत चल रही है and you have been in the space for a while, so आपने करे भी हो काफ़ी, तो क्या लगता है?
So here's my thing, like where I come from. I think back I created a formula for myself.
Yeah.
Couple of like 2-3 साल पहले, let's say. I said, look, I will not do every other post as a paid promo, or like there should be a balance. So there was 2:1. For every 2 organic posts, I was doing 1 paid at max.
Okay.
I was going to, like, you know, you can put yourself, you know, there is no formula outside in the world. You can say 3:1, 4:1. That's you are holding yourself accountable. And I always feel like my vision is that I want to help people. Like I've reached that point where, you know, I'm not in it for money, and I'm literally in it to, like, you know, help. And I started it from that point, right? When I went to UK, I had no help. Like my mom was a simple like housewife, right? She'd never gone for like a job. So there was like no help on how you can dress up.
Yeah.
And I had to learn everything on the fly. So there was like a lot of hits and misses. So at that point, I was creating this blog for people who can just learn from my like learnings. And that's all I do. Like if I share my favorite lipstick shades, that's because I love them. And I think if I'm in a job using those, somebody else of my skin tone will also benefit knowing those.
Yeah, but here, if you're just sharing what you like or what works for you, sometimes people think कि वो भी paid है, but you are probably not disclosing it. ये चीज़ भी बहुत आता है कि कितने पैसे ये वाला. I think this is also around. कि
I think within UK the laws are quite strict.
yeah,
You just
अब तो इंडिया में भी हो रहा है.
yeah. So but I think yes. So I think the other thing is sometimes I think creators do get bad rep. I was talking about this to somebody in my family, and I said there are two things. A brand will always sell their product. They're good because they're a brand. They have to make money. They're there to serve the shareholders.
Yeah.
Understood. But a creator, when they put their name out, if they keep putting it for like wrong things, eventually people will figure out.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I feel that is why all the creators should think of additional sources of income.
Got it.
So that you are not held ransom onto supporting brands which are, because they are paying your salaries in theory. So I think a lot of creators are already done that, right? The ones who are in like this space for long, they've created a brand of their own. I think that helps them, right? Because then they are not held ransom and thinking, oh my God, I need 10 or 15 collabs in a month to pay my bills. And that is the same thing with me. It's like, I'm fine if I don't do a collab a month. Fine. Right? And I only do the collab which I think it will resonate with me. I'll feel proud about putting the content out there. And I say to the brand as well, look, the content has to work for me. I can't put substandard content. It's not just substandard product. I will not put substandard content. So I need time to create and, share the same.
But like there are people who feel, matlab, जैसे in myself only, I have tried lot of things. I have also worked somewhere when a job भी किया हुआ है. After that, I did switch 2 jobs, and I figured that this job thing is probably not for me, so I dropped it, and then I got into freelance. And then again with freelance also I figure कि मुझे freelance ठीक लगता है, but again I feel there are a lot of restrictions because I am a creative person, तो मुझे मन ही नहीं करता कि यार मेरे को ये नहीं करना. So I cannot even, अगर मैंने किसी client के लिए कुछ बनाया है ना, I would probably not want to put it in my portfolio क्योंकि वो मेरे हिसाब से नहीं बना था. तो I was like ये तो बहुत ही ऐसा सही है. So that's why I want to get into content creation full time. तो मैं तो वही I am trying to do that as well for myself. But with this again I have to also take care कि हाँ ठीक है, I have to bring in brands जो शायद से मेरे से resonate करे. And अगर कुछ नहीं भी करते but the product is good, I might promote it. So what do you think about that? क्योंकि मेरे को इस पे full time जाना है. What do you think about getting into full time content creation?
I think I see your viewpoint. Like I understand where you're coming from, and I think there is a space for it, right? Like you are saying कि वो मेरे से resonate नहीं करते, पर वो अच्छे brands हैं, इसलिए मैं उन्हें डालूं.
जैसे हो सकता है. And for example, let's say I talk about being a coffee person, but that doesn't mean I'm not a tea person. मैं चाय पी लेती हूँ, probably मैं उस particular brand की ना पीऊँ, चाय अच्छी हो भी सकती है, but I don't mind promoting it because I consume chai, and that's where I'm putting it.
Yeah, I think where you're coming from. I think for me, I wouldn't.
Okay.
There you go. Like I wouldn't. I would say I would only endorse a brand. At least I should be able to use a product myself, right? I mean, you're saying you're using a tea already.
Yeah.
So I know I'm doing more like contradictory to you on your podcast.
Yeah, it's okay. अरे सबका.
But here you go. Like if you are drinking tea and if you're promoting a tea brand, at least be able to drink that tea. अगर वो अच्छी है तो फिर try कर ही लो एक बार.
हाँ, try करती हूँ first. Like
try the tea and then figure out.
I might not be a consumer of it after it maybe. मतलब I'll be very honest. I was associated with the brand for a very long time, and उनके ना कुछ particular products मेरे को बढ़िया लगे एकदम, कुछ मेरे को नहीं सूट किए. अब मैं बोल नहीं सकती. हेयर प्रोडक्ट्स उसके सूट नहीं किए मुझे.
कोई बात नहीं.
मम अब थोड़ी वो 1 साल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. तो या सो द क्रीम हो गया या लोशन हो गया, मॉइस्चराइजर्स, फेस क्रीम, एवरीथिंग वाज गुड, बट हेयर प्रोडक्ट्स डिड नॉट go well with my hair.
Were you endorsing hair products as well?
Yeah. But बिकॉज वो प्रॉब्ली किसी के लिए तो काम कर ही रहा होगा एंड द कंपनी इज गुड. अब वो प्रोडक्ट महीने के हिसाब से दे वुड सेंड मी कि आज भाई हमारा ये रिलीज चल रहा है, सो दे वुड सेंड मी. अब बिकॉज आई वॉज विद कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आई वुड ट्राई इट कि कैसा है, पढ़ती थी रिव्यूज. आई वुड आस्क माई भाभी टू ट्राई इट मे बी कि आपको कैसा लगा, थोड़ा ऐसा रिव्यू लेके ही. बट समटाइम्स आई हैव डन इट.
Yeah, so can you think of additional earning methods for you so that you don't have to do that? 100%. I endorse full-time content creation. That's not what I'm saying, that people should have another job and then only do content creation. But I think like there are in content creation ways to make money other than a brand endorsement.
How?
I mean, there are, you can offer your services to brands for content creation without being an influencer, right? Yeah, that works. I mean, there is YouTube advertising revenue.
वो तो बहुत कम है इंडिया में.
It's nothing. Maybe your audience should be UK and US based so that your ad.
Yeah, so I think for the content थोड़ा आप English बनाओ and you just make your content versatile that way.
Yeah, I think it's about ethics. And I'm just saying like multiple sources of income.
You are the marketing person. Tell me, I'm here.
No, I'm just saying multiple sources of income. जैसे brand होता है, हम जब we say like we create a, I've also done an MBA, right?
Yeah.
So we create like a brand matrix, right? Everybody should have 4 or 5 sources of income. When you are retiring, you create a portfolio. So that is also in personal brand as well, right? Nobody retires with just one bank account and X amount of money today.
Yeah.
So the same thing, you think about 4 different venues. So you know one venue doesn't work, you've got 4 other pieces where, you know, you are getting your, you know, accommodation or your money from. So I think in content creation, there are ways you are creating a portfolio.
Yeah.
So use that portfolio to serve brands. And I think
Portfolio of the content I've made so far.
yes,
Got it. Okay. Makes sense. Got it.
yeah. I think there are so many freelance creatives these days, and people need those creatives, right?
Concept of freelance creators is not out there, I feel. Because उनको लगता है कि ये जो भी है ये अपने में ही डालेंगे. Like if you are working with them, they will post it on their thing.
So
I don't think that concept is very out there.
there is a website called like Superside HQ, where you can hire freelance creators from.
Oh.
I'm sure there's tons of others. I mean,
For
like one. But I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, why being held ransom to brands or money? And especially one brand, or like, you know, brands you don't like.
And especially when you're starting out, you don't know much. So
I don't work with brands I don't like and who are not good in communicating.
Yeah, right.
Like, bye Tata, happy days.
Yeah. I can get that because मैंने बहुत बारी ऐसा देखा है कि there is so much of communication gap and हाँ वो तो मेरे को समझ आता है, तब तो मुझे भी मन नहीं करता when the conversation is not going एकदम smoothly या कुछ, तो it's just other if everything's on mail perfect. Yeah. But otherwise, being talking about marketing, what would you like to, because you have done an MBA also, अभी आपने बताया, तो आप after MBA अब किया कितना हुआ? I see random.
No, that's fine. I started in 16. I think I started in 16, yes, and I finished in 2019. Oh, it was along with my job. I've done it from work.
Oh, that's nice. तो आपने अच्छा सही है. तो आपने when you did marketing, तो आप हमें बताओ थोड़ा सा कि when a person is starting out या फिर probably कर लिया 1-2 साल से they are into marketing, and because right now marketing has a very big क्या कहते हैं डिमांड काफी है अभी तो.
हाँ.
तो बिकॉज एवरीबडी नीड्स टू बी ऑन ट्रेंड, सब कुछ जानना है बिकॉज सोशल मीडिया कमिंग इनटू द स्पेस एंड टेकिंग ओवर. तो अब फ्रॉम आई एम नॉट श्योर मैं सही बोल रही हूँ कि नहीं, बट फ्रॉम द परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग वाला जो सीन था उससे ज़्यादा लोग सोशल मीडिया मार्केटिंग वगैरह में शिफ्ट हो रहे हैं. सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स चेंजिंग इन द स्पेस मार्केटिंग एज अ होल. तो पीपल जो शायद से ऐसे 2 साल से भी कर रहे हैं, let's say, या start कर रहे हैं, how do you want to, you know, give them any tips कि कैसे they should proceed, क्या कर सकते हैं आगे, how to be updated with trends, कुछ resources जो आप शायद देखते होगे.
Sure. I think one thing, first of all, is like, you know, marketing itself is quite a big field.
Yeah.
People think and I also I've had this in my field, everybody thinks they are a marketer.
Yeah.
So let's get that. Like, marketing is a very wide field. There is B2B marketing or a B2C marketing.
Right.
Right. So one you need to understand they both have two different techniques.
Got it.
So where do you want to enter? Figure that out. Then eventually there's another thing. Are you going to work with a brand? So you become an in-house marketer.
Yeah.
Or are you going to work with an agency and then you work on multiple clients? The other thing is to think about your expertise. Are you going to be in email, performance, social? I think jack of all trades, master of none is okay for some time, but eventually you should be master of few trades in your field. So learn everything, but then expertise in few fields is really important.
Yeah.
And then, I've always said like, 5 Varsh Yojana, right? 5-year plan you can make. I can't predict more than 5 years, even for myself right now. So I always go with like a 5-year plan. And so 5-year plan is like figure out whether you want to do B2B, B2C based on what
You are B2B, right?
I'm mostly in B2B.
And B2B is, I feel, is more male dominated, no?
No, actually not. Like I had a full female team in my last organization, and over here I've got a big chunk. Like it's not.
दिस इज माई परसेप्शन टोटली. मेरे को कुछ इतना आइडिया है नहीं, बट मैंने जितना अभी तक देखा है एंड व्हाट आई फिगर जी लिंक्डइन में आई एम वेरी एक्टिव. सो आई कीप सीइंग, तो मैं देख रही हूँ भाई साल मतलब कोई मेरे को लड़कियां दिखती है, व्हेन आई डोंट सी इन द B2B स्पेस.
I think B2C brands are more exciting to work for.
Okay.
Right? Like you work for Myntra, Netflix. Like if I put like new brand.
एक बार ना लोग के लिए थोड़ा वो कर दे, लेट्स बिकम शार्क टैंक, लाइक लेट्स टेल देम व्हाट इज B2B, व्हाट इज B2C.
Okay, so you're doing like, okay, B2C is business to consumer.
Yeah.
Business to consumer is in any brand which sells directly to the consumer.
Yeah.
So that will be Nykaa, Myntra. I'm putting household names, Netflix, Amazon Prime.
Sponsor us. Sponsor us.
Sponsor it? Okay, okay, fine. Fine. So these are all your B2C brands. B2B brands will be like your Muthoot Finance, HDFC Bank. No, and not even HDFC Bank. Probably like more, investment organizations or Infosys, IBM, hire me. Infosys, IBM, and various other companies. So those are your B2B organizations. And so I feel like what happens is kids generally want to work for, like when you're young, when you're young, you want to work for more like, B2C brands, essentially.
And D2C?
Direct to consumer. So like direct to consumer is also these brands, right?
Yeah.
Like direct to consumer may be Mac going direct out. So yeah.
ठीक है, got it. हाँ, सो ये हमने सिंप्लीफाई कर दिया थोड़ा, बट या सो इसीलिए मैंने काफ़ी ऐसा देखा था कि इट्स नॉट एज अ, मेरे को एकदम से अभी याद आया कि
And also B2B brands are a lot more foreign owned, right? Like we don't have that many India-based B2B brands.
got it. हाँ, that's true.
So yeah.
Got it. So yeah, but how is it like being in the B2B space?
I think it is not easy. It's challenging. It's like, I've learned it the hard way, but you have to learn on the job a lot more, because when I had this job when I started in SEO and PPC. So I'm a computer engineer. I started in marketing, digital marketing. I did a whole project on Google's algorithm of SEO, and that's how I got hired. And I did PPC, and the guy said, "You're doing pay-per-click." I was like, "What am I clicking on paper? What can I click on paper? Like, what is PPC?"
Yeah.
And he said, "It's PPC." I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll figure out." There was no, like, at that point, now on Amazon, you can get books. There was no books. I had to get a book from, like, UK. Somebody shipped it from US for me to study. I gave my exam. So I started doing PPC, like, started as, like, paid specialist in 2006. When nobody was doing this in India.
Yeah.
So I was like first few of those folks. So, but yeah, it's fun. I have enjoyed. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. And I think I'm still growing and learning. That's my motto. Like, learn every day.
Yeah.
Try something new every day along with it. And that keeps you young.
Got it. हाँ, ये तो like ये तो मेरा भी है. Like every day I'm just seeing कि okay, जैसे अभी recently I'm getting into running ads, जैसे मैं freelance जो भी काम करती हूँ, so I just like figuring कि ads run कैसे करते हैं, like which is better, boosting a post or running ads on Facebook. So and why are they different? So I keep learning all of this थोड़ा because मुझे थोड़ा when I work as a photographer for somebody, तो फिर मैं थोड़ा ट्राई करती हूँ when they ask me, क्योंकि पता होना चाहिए ना. एज अगर वो बोलते हैं आप तो क्रिएटर, आपको तो पता होना चाहिए, तो मैंने कहा ओ शिट, ये तो पता होना चाहिए. तो फिर या सो दैट्स हाउ आई लाइक कीप लर्निंग एज वेल. बट अभी रिसेंटली ना मेरे को नया ये चस्का चढ़ा है लिंक्डइन का, And I'm very active on LinkedIn. मैं अपनी ये बदमाशवादी की रील्स भी डाल देती हूँ because I okay, so this is going on my okay, got it.
should have been told that I would have been careful. But anyway, go ahead.
Right, yeah. So I keep putting stuff there and I feel it's a एक नया social media ही बन गया है वो because पहले it was just for looking for jobs, hiring, all of that. But अभी it's a social media platform. People are creating content there.
Huh.
What do you think about that? कि क्या scene है?
I think it's a different audience. That's the only thing. It's for professionals, people who want to learn, grow in their job. It's you don't find, so the audience size will be smaller, right? You will not get the whole audience of India there because people who are not like I think in my family there's only 3 people who've got a LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, I get it.
So the audience side is going to be small. You will never be able to like reach 1 million followers, I guess, is what I'm saying. But the engagement there is much higher today versus the engagement on Instagram because the way I say it, I've been coaching people on LinkedIn. I've been coaching people on LinkedIn. I've coached it in my MBA college as well, like other exec MBAs. And I've also posted it in my job. I think I've been doing it for like 6 years now. I say this, like LinkedIn is at a stage where Instagram was 10 years back. So do it now when you can get organic reach and there is less of an algorithm.
Right.
I'm not doing it. I mean, I should be. And yeah, I am, but I'm taking it slow.
But overall, but you, okay, now that you told me that you also coach people with LinkedIn, I have a question. Photo content and video content is like kind of also booming there right now because I see people putting photos and that post comparatively performs better. Like even I have experimented. So what do you think about that? Ki written photos, क्या
form of content LinkedIn पे चल रहा है?
क्या करना चाहिए? मेरे लिए तो अभी तक मैंने जो देखा that was like photo content worked. या तो हो सकता है post भी ऐसा हो which people read.
No, I think you're right. Posting a link to a platform outside LinkedIn doesn't work. Don't do that. That is where it basically drops the reach.
Damn.
So if somebody tries to share an article from hindustantimes.com onto LinkedIn thinking they'll get the same reach they want. Between video, photo or carousel post, I think everything is based on your content. Everything will work as long as the content is relevant and it's all about the initial first few hours of engagement that you get and the signals people give to that content. The same thing, the number of saves, the comments, the likes, the reactions.
And जैसे you are saying that link when you are posting, so it just like reduces your reach. So if I'm like, let's say I want to promote this podcast, for example. So I'm putting, let's say, a picture of the podcast as like snippet डाल दिया picture. And then I want to put the link for people to watch. So if I'm putting it in the first comment, does that work?
That works.
Does work?
That works.
ये करेंगे.
And you can always put like a bite-sized video.
Yeah.
To get people onto the and then comment the link. Yeah, got it. And I follow a lot of influencers on LinkedIn. I follow Sunil Shetty on LinkedIn. I think I love his posts as well.
Okay. Who are the creators you follow very religiously?
There is one guy who his name is Karthik. He's a very popular marketing advertising professional from Bangalore. I follow him. And I follow Sunil Shetty. Like that's another one. I think those are the two that I would say. And then I also follow Neil Patel.
Okay.
He's an SEO in marketing.
अभी edit करते time I'll search all of them.
Okay.
कार्तिक भी आप पूरा नाम बता दो.
I think so. I might have to put it in comments later, but I think it's Karthik Srinivasan. But you can bring it later on.
ठीक है, cool. So yeah, I just use on Instagram पे creators.
I follow tons of them.
Like who was your favorite?
God,
All-time favorite.
All-time favorite. Okay, this will have to be a fashion influencer.
Yeah.
Because I started as a fashion influencer. I think she's very authentic.
Yeah, that is.
Masumi Nawala.
Oh, I love her. Yeah. And I think you guys have a similar sort of brand as well because she was not in India for a while and she started off outside.
Yeah, she is on and off in Belgium.
Acha, okay.
I think, yes.
So hard. So, okay, I get it. I love her as well.
Yeah. I think one person that I think is, I would say, I am happy my son can watch the content. She does she looks very real.
Yeah.
And I think she's very authentic. At least it comes across like that. I've never met her. I would love to meet her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also love to meet. Yeah, but this is interesting. Nice. मेरे को भी काफी सही लगता है. I think one person I really like in the fashion space right now is Komal Pandey.
मैं fan नहीं.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like the way she produces her content, so that way. But yeah, I have
I've seen some of our content.
yeah.
I think definitely puts a lot of effort, right? Like
Yeah,
that's the thing. I think I like Kush Kapila as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Love her. And अच्छा हाँ, you being okay. I think this with this, I think हम इसके बाद we can also conclude the conversation with it. But मेरे को एक question है. You are also fashion creator, and I always wanted to get a fashion creator on a podcast and ask them, what do you think about my style?
Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Then it's
But how do you think I can, what जैसे एक होता है ना कि लोग का बॉडी टाइप पे कुछ पर्टिकुलर चीजें ज्यादा फिट करती है. So what do you think can go with me and my wife?
Okay, so I think I've always said, and I think there is one video coming on this on my series on fashion and style. For me personally, in fashion you follow trends, right? Fashion is about following trends. Style is about having your personality and wearing something that works for you. Okay, so and then what you're asking is body type styling. Okay, so I think body type styling is like just we try to create an hourglass figure for any kind of body type. So if I have an pear-shaped body. Okay, so even I don't have an hourglass figure is what they call it. So you need to just cinch your waist at the right.
How do I know if I have one? मुझे नहीं पता my body type. I just know I have broad shoulders, a little broad shoulders. That's all I know, and I have a pretty toned legs to be came.
I think it's about wearing the belt at the right place. One clip.
Okay. Noted.
Yes. And then also like just flowy fabrics works. And it's all about then styling according to the season, the weather.
Yeah.
As well. It's
yeah, because the joke covered पे पहले I wear it. So I think I want to change that. Like if I am going somewhere, तो थोड़ा सा I have to see according to the place also. कभी-कभी मैं नहीं realize करती, and I just wear very inappropriate clothes to a different sort of situation. मैं ऐसे ही I could go to anywhere. And
I think you're great. I think people have to be bindas, right? You're bindas, right?
Yeah. Okay, chalo, perfect. So I can go like this at a corporate show as well.
I mean, I think in today's world, people are, they're saying wear your personality to the work.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there are some now.
Yeah.
You won't turn up in maybe a sleepy t-shirt, not ironed, to an interview.
True.
Right? But beyond that, I think people are getting more open about this, right? I don't think I've worn like there used to be time, right? Business suits chalte the. Right? That's gone. Who cares about business suits today? Like,
yeah, up to I didn't see it around us.
So, like the dressing style is becoming more relaxed anyway.
But do you judge people on what they're wearing?
No, not really.
नहीं मतलब ऐसा एक तो perception मैं तो करती हूँ.
I don't judge them if they're wearing inappropriate. I judge them when they're wearing bad, like shabby, unwashed, dirty. Then I feel like you don't care about me either, like turning up like. But I have not had that, right?
Yeah.
I think people are very mature these days and very aware.
Cool. I think it was a fun conversation.
I had so much fun.
Yes. Let's go. I loved it. मेरे को बहुत मजा आया. I was thinking कि, I am meeting you for the first time and we spoke for the first time. So I think in general, I was much more curious about you and your life and how London happened and everything. So it was fun for me as well. And for people who are watching, जिन्होंने अभी तक देखा, thank you so much. Please make sure you check her out at Archana Dankar. Yeah, that's Archana Dankar on Instagram, on LinkedIn, wherever. Yeah. So you can check. And instead of Instagram and LinkedIn or kuch.
Yeah, no, I think Instagram and LinkedIn.
I'll link the profiles in the description and anywhere you guys are watching. तो आपको जहाँ भी timestamps दिए हुए उसी के साथ होगा profile. Go check her out. Follow her for some really cool content. I love what you make. जैसे मैंने travel content भी काफी देखा था आपका. Your content with your son थोड़ा बहुत इधर. It's really fun to watch and I would love to have another conversation soon sometime.
Yeah, maybe a styling video.
Yeah, we can do that. I don't mind. So I did a video long back with Komal one day. Like she styled me and I was like, बहुत पहले की बात है. So I was like, ये. तो मैं कहा क्योंकि वो style बहुत अच्छा लगा मेरे को. मैंने कहा कि ये मैं वैसे I want to get on like more opinions on what I can do with my like स्टाइल या स्टाइल भी नहीं तो मैं कैसे अपने आप को एक नया स्टाइल दे सकती हूँ, मेरे को जानने में बहुत अच्छा लगता है. तो हाँ, I can take you shopping next time. Cool, let's go. We can do that. But yeah, thank you so much for this conversation. मुझे बहुत मजा आया. And people who are watching this or anything you want to say before we end.
I think my only tip for anybody, if you're trying to figure anything out, is just think about where you want to get to in 5 years. Make a plan.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
Everything else will fall in place.
Perfect. So people who are listening, please do check her out everywhere. Description में सब दिया हुआ है. And also give us a 5-star rating if you're listening this on Spotify. And अगर आप YouTube पे भी देख रहे हो तो Spotify पे जाके दे दो यार. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that. And I'll see you guys super soon with another one. And तब तक please check her out. उनका बहुत अच्छा profile है. You will love her. And what she does is amazing. So thank you.